Sean Price with Price and Price Realtors here at our high-tech home studio. So we are trying to get this video oriented properly, because when you do this on selfie mode so you can see that you're in the camera, this is all backwards. So bear with us if I go off camera here a little bit. But currently we are seeing the volatility of the stock market. And a lot of people, when they're selling off their assets at the stock market, they're wondering where they put their money and how can they invest it successfully. So one of the things that we can do is we can look at real estate as an investment. Now, when you're looking at real estate, there's all different, numerous ways to invest. You can do note investing, you can do tax lien investing, you can buy and hold, you can flip. There's all kinds of different ways. So specifically what I'm talking about right now is buy and hold investing, and specifically real estate. I'm sorry, residential real estate. So there are four main benefits with buy and hold residential investing. The first one is cash flow. If you buy the property correctly and you manage your expenses properly, then you should have positive cash flow. Now that's kind of hard to accomplish here in the Northern Virginia area unless you get out of the main areas like Arlington, Great Falls, Reston, those areas. It's really hard to cash flow positively. But if you can get further west than, let's say, Ashburn, or in the Southwest or something like that, you can find some cash flowing properties. Kelly and I recently moved up here from Florida, and so we still know our Florida market really, really well, and you can cash flow in Florida as well. So we do work with investors here and help them go down to Florida to buy cash flow properties. So cash flow, positive cash flow, basically means that by the time you pay all of your expenses, including your mortgage, including your taxes, your insurance, all of the different expenses that go into that ownership, what they call cost of ownership, or holding costs. Once you've paid all of that, including property management, if you choose not to self-manage, which I always recommend to investors that they always include property management in their expenses, even if they decide that they want to self-manage, because at some point, if you build a big enough portfolio, you will want to hire a property manager. So you want to make sure you have that built into your business, your model, your investment model. So once you've paid all those expenses and you have positive cash flow, and then your job is to decide how much positive cash flow do you need per unit. Is it $100, $200, $500? What do you need? So as long as you have that cash flow, then that's benefit number one. It puts cash in your pocket. Benefit number two is debt pay down. So when you have a tenant living in your property paying you rent, and they're paying you enough for you to have positive cash flow, they are basically paying your mortgage for you. So you have leveraged that property if you chose to leverage it, and they're paying that financing cost for you. So they're in essence paying down your principal each month. So over a period of a year, depending on how big your mortgage is and what your interest rate is and so on, you may gain an extra $2,000 or $3,000 a year in debt pay down. So that's benefit number two. So you have cash flow. Let's say you're cash flowing $200 a month. So you're at $2,400 a year. And let's say your debt pay down is about $200 a month. So now you're at $4,800 a year in positive returns on this investment. Third benefit is taxes. So taxes, the government really knows how investing in real estate and real estate ownership drives an economy. So they provide tax benefits. You get the interest that you pay off on your mortgage if it's your home ownership. Personal residence, that interest is a tax write-off. If it's an investment property, then you have depreciation, which the government allows you to depreciate the value of the house a certain amount each year, which goes against your tax income. So a lot of times the depreciation of a property will outweigh the tax benefits of the cash flow. So in other words, if you make $2,400 a year in cash flow, you may have $3,000 a year in depreciation, depending on the value of the home. So then that cash flow becomes tax-free. So that's a huge benefit. And then, if you are able to do it, sometimes you can actually use some of that depreciation to offset earned income, so income taxes. But you have to get with your accountant on that. I'm not an accountant. This is not tax advice, but there are certainly tax advantages to owning buy and hold real estate. And then lastly is appreciation. This is kind of a gambling aspect, so I don't recommend investors invest just for appreciation, because the housing market may go up, it may go down. Right now, we are at a point where if this COVID-19 situation goes on for too long, housing prices will start to go down, so that would actually be depreciation. But over the long term, real estate has shown throughout the nation to appreciate on average about 5% per year. So if you hold the property long enough and you get the appreciation benefit, that's number 4. So these are the 4 benefits to passive buy and hold real estate investing. It gives you a little more control because you control the deal, you control the numbers, you can analyze the deal and only purchase deals that make sense. And that's what we help our investors do. We have a detailed analysis protocol that we go through and help an investor determine what the best investment is going to be for them and what the best options are. So sticking in the stock market, up and down, it's been really good for the last several years, but you can see how quickly that can change. Whereas real estate, it's less liquid, it's harder to get out of it once you're into it, but it's a more stable, in my opinion, a more stable investment that you have more control over. All right, if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to post below. And if you would like to talk with us about helping you start to analyze properties and see about putting money into real estate, please let us know. We love working with investors. All right, have a great day. Thanks.